Hey teacher friends, so today I want to talk about language objectives because a couple videos back we talked about 5 easy ways to add in language to a lesson. But you can't do that without a language objective. It's true, it's very true. So I wanted to talk about 4 steps to take to write a language objective, and it's actually really easy once you get in the habit of it. So, and this is a must for ESL teachers. If you're a content teacher, which I hope you are, I hope you're watching. I don't know if your district requires you to use these. Our district has started requiring content teachers to use language objectives, but it's good to at least get kind of a grasp on it to better serve your English learners. So once you get in the habit again, it's not so bad. So let's look at the 4 steps real quick. So we want to identify the task, choose a domain and action verb that goes with the domain. So domains are speaking, writing, reading, listening, swirl. We want to link it to the academic content, and then include your scaffolds. So your scaffolds will look different depending on the proficiency level of your students. If you're a content teacher, you might have some beginners, intermediate, and advanced all mixed in there, and the scaffolds are going to look a little different. But once you kind of learn what those are, you'll be better able to kind of change this objective to personalize it for your English learners. So, I'm a high school person. I know that it doesn't look like it because of this, but this is my children's. This is not what my classroom looks like at all. So I usually use like a Google Slides for my lessons. So since I'm high school, let's talk about Fahrenheit 451. We had to teach that recently, and we did it with our beginners. Yes. It's not, now I know that sounds crazy, but when you have the scaffolds in here, it's not as bad as you think. Like, some people are like, oh, you teach Romeo and Juliet to beginners? And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of hard. But when you have these scaffolds to help them, it's not as bad as you think. So, all right, so I've got Fahrenheit 451. The task is, so from our curriculum, we have to develop, this is one of the standards, develop how the character changes. And if you've read that book, you know that he goes from kind of one extreme to the next throughout the book. So it's kind of a fun objective to look at. And we usually kind of do it through, I'll have a graphic organizer where they can record their notes. So, all right. So we're gonna look at how the character develops. I'm gonna go ahead and choose the reading domain, and the verb I'm gonna use is identify. So I'm going to link it to the academic content. I want to put in my language objective that we are analyzing how the character develops. I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to include my scaffolds, which again are different, based on the levels you have. I have beginners, so I'm going to use beginner scaffolds. So here we go. Don't look at this yet. I kind of already filled it out. So I can identify, that's our action verb, identify. So it connects again back to the reading domain. Don't look at that. How the main character develops, that's our content topic. And you know what, I put with, but I changed it to by because it just sounded a little bit better. So the wording does not have to be exact. So by, I'm going to do that by using these scaffolds. I'm going to read, have them read in chunks, and then I'm going to have them draw a visual after they read. So this is kind of what I usually do. We usually have our scaffolds that we use, or not our scaffolds, our strategies that we use, kind of like our go-to strategies. So when we read, for my beginners, I always had them read in chunks. You cannot have them read the whole Fahrenheit 451 or Romeo and Juliet. You just can't with beginners, you just can't. So have them read in chunks. So I'll usually read it out loud first. They get a masterful read. And then they read with a partner, and then they'll read silently by themselves. I'll usually have them talk about it with accountable talk. And then I'll have them draw a visual after they read, and then probably like share it with another classmate. So it's kind of like my go-to. So that's basically it. So yeah, reading in chunks and drawing a visual after I read. And again, this part here changes based on the proficiency level of the student. So I think that's it. It's easy peasy. So you have your 4 steps. Again, I'm gonna link it below in my blog, a template and a list of domain verbs for you to use, and you can pass it on to your content teachers too. And that is it, my friends. I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, leave a comment or connect with me on social media. Have a good one.